Welcome back. Every business has ups and downs, and when there are downs, the host of this week's Best Practices Conference has some advice. This week in Business Matters, Corey Bork shares the top 10 best practices for business owners.
Business expert Bill English of Maple Grove has some advice for business owners, including a tip from, yes, Star Wars. We'll get to that in a minute, but first he wants us to focus on who you hire, which leads us to tip number 1. Hire character, train skill.
I can take a person who has great character and teach them what to do. But if they have bad character, no matter how talented they are, they will not be a good employee for you.
Tip number 2, have your trusted advisors speak truths. You don't want to be surrounded by yes people.
If they'll just listen to maybe some negative feedback from time to time and hear the truth about either themselves or what's going on in their business.
Speaking of the negative, tip number 3, embrace it.
You got to run towards the fire, run toward the bullets. As soon as you see that there's a conflict brewing, you run into it and you try to solve it as fast as you can.
Tip number 4, it's about the cash. Know your break-even point.
You can go out of business being profitable on an accrual basis, but it's really tough to go out of business if you're always building cash.
Tip number 5, crazy smart people actually.
I have people skills. I am good at dealing with people. Can't you understand that?
Can make lousy business partners.
Really talented people oftentimes don't have the people skills necessary to do the governance and the ownership part of a business.
On to tip number 6, there's a difference between tenaciously committed and foolishly stubborn.
You'll hear all kinds of success stories about business owners who just stayed the course and they were just stubborn enough and eventually they succeeded, and then we kind of hold them up and we all applaud that, boy, what great people they are. But the reality is that for every successful story you have, you probably have 100 failures.
Tip number 7, mistakes are okay, learn from them, just don't rationalize them.
Every turnaround that I've ever been a part of, the ownership group has been making mistakes and they rationalized them away.
Tip number 8, we borrow a phrase from Steve Jobs. Hire smart people to tell you what to do.
In order to scale a business into the hundreds or maybe even thousands of employees, you have to surround yourself with people who are crazy talented at what they do, and you have to let them go do what they do.
Now to Star Wars and a line from Princess Leia.
Money is all that you love, and that's what you'll receive.
Success in business is never enough.
Profits come, profits go. You'll find that once you have a bunch of money, you're still an empty person if you don't have something bigger and greater than yourself to which your life is tethered.
And tip number 10, take time to unplug.
No one will lay on their deathbed saying, I wish I had spent more time at the office.
For Business Matters, Corey Bork, CCX News.
Lots of good tips there. The Best Practices Conference, hosted by Bill English, is Wednesday in Minneapolis at the law firm of Frederickson and Byron. It features a variety of speakers that offer insights on transforming your business. You must pre-register to attend, and for more information, visit bestpracticesconference.com or go to our website, ccxmedia.org.